In this tutorial we're going to cover the X and Z reports from the ePOS terminal. Now these reports differ from the normal business reports. The business reports are accessed using the reports icon from the main menu, and these business reports are the profit and loss, top 40 products sold, etc. The ePOS reports are accessed via the ePOS terminal, and these are the daily or shift reports for a specific period during which the till is being operated, and these are accessed through the reports button from the ePOS screen. So if you click the reports button, this brings up the X and Z report screen. Now the X and Z reports differ only in that the X report is a report which gives the totals but does not zero those totals, and the Z report gives the same totals but it zeroes the totals back to zero for the next period to start. So if you're operating a daily cash scheme, then you would run the Z report at the end of the day, which would give you a total days takings. If you're operating a shift or user or operator system, then you would do a Z report possibly at the end of every operator's shift, so that would be the amount of money they had taken during their period. There are two buttons over on the right hand side which enable you to preview the Z report or X report or print it. Now normally you would print these, but you can preview them. Certainly in the case of the Z report, if you preview it and it zeros, then you can't reprint it. So let's have a look at an X report. So if we click the X report button, and unfortunately I printed that, so you're not likely to see that. So we'll leave it on preview and do the same report. So if we press X report and bring that into the center of the screen so you can see it, make it a little larger, and here you can see the values you'd find in a normal report: the report date, the till ID and store ID, the report number, the period start and end. So this is a new installation which always starts from the 1st of July 2012, but the end period is when we've just taken the X report, and the next X report would similarly give you the same values. So every time you print the X report, you would get these same values until you do a Z report. The user for who's currently logged on, the total sales value for this period, the total refunds, transactions, the number of transactions, total discounts, the total float, this is the amount that was entered into the cash draw at the beginning of the period. And then the report is broken down by the product, so there's a product ID, description, the quantity taken, and the total value. There's a tax analysis, so the amount broken down by the tax rate. If you are tax registered, then this would break it down per the tax rate. And then there is the tender analysis, which gives you the payment types, so there's the card, the cash, and the cheque, the total value of those, and the total given as change, which should only be in the cash area. So if we close that report now and go and have a look at a Z report, you will see that well, if we take another X report, so if we take the X report again, you will see that all the values are the same. All the values are still there. So you can take as many X reports during a day or during a period as you wish. This gives you a running total of what's happening during the day. So it's a good way of getting a snapshot of what money's been taken through a particular till. Now if we take a Z report, so we operate the Z report, and that will give us a similar report. It differs only in that it says Z reports at the top. The report number is 0 because this is the first Z report, and all the values are still the same. But if we close this now, and if we were to do an X report now, then you will see that all the values have in fact gone back to zero. So all the total values have gone back to zero. Obviously the counter of number of X reports continues to go up, so every time you take an X report the counter will increase by 1. And you also see now that the period start is from the start of when you did the Z report, and the end is when we've just taken this particular X report here. So those are the reports, the period reports within the ePOS application.